Welcome to my little PowerPoint presentation. We've discussed the Fitt principle and we're going to review it, and we're also going to design a workout. The four components of fitness: cardiovascular fitness, the ability of the heart and lungs to efficiently deliver oxygen-rich blood throughout the body to sustain prolonged activity. Cardiovascular fitness is arguably the most important components of fitness. Without a strong heart and its ability to deliver oxygen-rich blood to the body, you cannot maintain prolonged activity. Flexibility. A warm-up activity such as a brisk walk, jogging, or other cardio equipment for 5 to 10 minutes should be followed by light stretching or flexibility training. Stretching helps prepare the body for training. Flexibility training is the most neglected of the four components of fitness. Doing so will decrease the likelihood of injury. Muscular strength. The ability of a muscle to exert maximal force against a resistance. It's the most a muscle can lift at one time. Muscular endurance. The ability of a muscle to exert sub-max force against resistance for an extended period of time. How long a muscle can lift. The Fitt principle. These are the set of guidelines to help develop your practical exercise program. F for frequency, I for intensity, T for time and duration, and the other T for type. The Fitt principle for cardiovascular training. The frequency, at least 3 times a week. The intensity, 60 to 85% of your maximal heart rate. Here's the calculation. Males, 220 minus your age equals your max heart rate. Females, 206 minus your age equals your max heart rate. T, time, at least 30 minutes in your target heart rate. And then type, there is aerobic or anaerobic cardiovascular training. Fitt principle for flexibility. Frequency before and after an activity. Static or active stretching to the point of the muscle stretch reflex. That's your intensity. Your time, 10 to 25 second hold for each stretch. And your type, there are static, active, passive, or dynamic stretching. The Fitt principle for muscular strength. Frequency, each muscle group should be worked 2 to 3 days a week, resting in between exercises of the same muscle group. Your intensity, 80% of your 1 rep max. Low repetition and longer rest periods for time, and then type, body weight, or any type of resistance, weights, resistance bands, machines. The Fitt principle for muscular endurance. Frequency, each muscle group should be worked 2 to 3 days a week, resting in between exercises of the same muscle group. Intensity, this is 60% of your 1 rep max. High repetition and short rest periods for time. And then type is body weight or any resistance, weight, resistance bands, or machines. Now on to designing a workout program. Step 1, define your goal. Identify your program goal. Do you want to gain muscle, muscular endurance, or muscular strength, or a little bit of both? What is your goal? If your goal is endurance, your load will be a little bit lighter, less than 70% of your 1 rep max. Your rep range is 12 to 20 repetitions, and your number of sets 2 to 3, resting 20 to 30 seconds in between. If your goal is strength, your load will be heavy. You will be lifting 80 to 100% of your 1 rep max. Your rep range will be 1 to 8, and your number of sets 3 to 5 or more. Your rest is a lot longer at 2 to 5 minutes. Now, if you're going somewhere in between, your load will be a little more moderate. Your percentage is 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max, and your rep range is 8 to 12. The number of sets is 3 to 6, and then the rest period in between is 30 to 90 seconds. Next step is determine your time and your split. How much time can you devote to working out? Then identify how many days per week you will be lifting weights. Decide how you will lay out your workout to work each muscle the appropriate amount of time per week and allow for enough rest between working each muscle. To gain any muscular benefit, you must work out at least 2 to 3 times a week with at least 1 day of rest in between each muscle group worked. Here's an example of a split. Here's a 2 days per week. So your split would be day 1 full body, day 2 full body. Here's 3 days a week. Possible splits, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, everything full body. You have rest in between each workout. Or Monday and Friday, you work your lower body, Wednesday, upper body, and then alternate your weeks. An example of 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and 6 days a week, you can see we alternate upper, lower, or specific muscle groups like chest and triceps or back and biceps. These are just options. There are many ways that you can split a workout as long as you have rest between workouts for the muscle groups that you had previously worked. Step 3, muscle group exercises. Use the specificity of muscles to pick at least 2 complex exercises. These include more than 1 joint and at least 3 single joint exercises to complement the complex exercises. So you have 5 movements for each grouping. This is an option. You can do more, you can do a little less, depending on the time you have available for your workout. An example, here's a couple of upper body exercises. You have an incline bench press and a push-up, which are both complex, meaning they work more than 1 group of muscles and they're multi-joint. A standing row and a pull-up is also complex. Your simple exercises would be a bicep curl, tricep extension, or a shoulder press. These are usually only 1 joint moving at a time. Step 4, you're going to design. Your workout should include a warm-up phase, a work phase, a cool-down phase, and flexibility training. Your warm-up and cool-down should be at least 5 to 10 minutes in length. Here's an example of a workout. This is a 4-day split where on day 1 and day 3 we're working our upper body, and day 2 and day 4 we have our lower body. We also have our complex exercises like a squat or an anterior lunge, and then we move on to those single joint or simple exercises, which is a calf raise, which is working 1 group of muscles. Take a moment to look over this. And now I would like you to go through the rest of this picture, clicking on each muscle and looking at the exercises that can be used for this muscle group.